I hate to say this, but I don't think a mandatory COVID vaccination is a good idea. With the staggering COVID death toll and the newly released vaccines, it is not really much of a surprise that many people like the idea of mandatory vaccinations. However, we need to understand that we should be very wary when we talk about authoritarian ideas like this one. Stupid anti-vaxxers poison the well of what could be valid and worthwhile discourse surrounding vaccine policy. There are genuine and decent questions and criticisms to be brought up on this issue. Although the desire for a fast solution such as a mandatory vaccination is understandable, it is not a good idea for a number of reasons. The forcing of a fluid into the bloodstream of a non-consenting subject through state power is the epitome of authoritarianism. The situation that could arise from the state trying to force a fluid into the bloodstream of those who do not consent could get very, very ugly. If we say that we are fine with the state forcing a fluid into someone's body, we set a very dangerous precedent. We have effectively done away with the idea of bodily autonomy. One of the most basic freedoms is the ability to choose what happens to your body. This is why we believe in abortion rights, for example. A mandatory vaccine would be a great threat to this freedom, as it sets a standard in which the state can ignore your bodily autonomy whenever convenient. The logical conclusions of abandoning the idea of bodily autonomy could be disastrous. The state could easily interfere in people's personal bodily affairs in many, many ways. Abortion, for example, could quickly and easily be criminalized if the idea of bodily autonomy is not respected and defended. For the reason of bodily autonomy alone, and the ugly situation that could arise from forcing vaccines onto people, I personally oppose a mandatory vaccination policy. I would get the vaccine myself, and I encourage people to get the vaccine. Everyone should get vaccinated. But to force it onto people is highly authoritarian and sets a very dangerous precedent, which is a great threat to bodily autonomy. Yes, COVID is terrible, it has killed many people, and ruined many lives, and we need to deal with it. However, an authoritarian solution is not the answer.